Yes, hello and welcome to this session about Safrimba. And today we want this session to be quite like Q&A, like a quick Q&A, where you'll be asking more questions. But I'll start by presenting Safrimba. I think many of you had a time to go through it and maybe test it, but today I'll kind of like do a demo, and we are here with Janti. If you have any question, please stop me or ask any question, or just drop it in the comment section. We'll be happy to answer all your questions. Yeah. I'll start by presenting I'll start by sharing my screen. Just a second. Yeah, I hope that you can see my screen. Um,
Yes, we are starting to
okay,
see.
good. Um, yeah, there is a hand. Someone want to speak? I want to be able to see hands. So if Janti, you can help me in case there is a hand, you just stop
Yes,
me.
it was a thumbs up.
Okay, okay. So yes, when you are going to Safrimba, this is the very first page you can um, have. Like if you want to read more about Safrimba, what it is and how it works, you need to go to About page, and you'll have quite more details about Safrimba itself and how it works. And again, we also have a doc, especially a specific documentation for Safrimba, where you like we explain everything and how the smart contract works. Because in the first page I showed you, it was just a page where we were like explaining and like giving just few information about Safrimba. But if you want to see and to understand real how the smart contract works in background, you need to come in the doc page where you'll be having all parameters and how the smart contract works in behind the scene. So I won't go through the documentation today. The today's session is mostly about the presentation and the questions. Maybe next time we'll be going through the smart contract itself. But yeah, that one will be more technical than just explanation. Let me go back to the home page, and this is the page. Let me disconnect my wallet. So if you're not connected, you can't you can see that I just have two pages. The first page is discover, where I can see and let me put this here. I can like I can see the full list of cycles in Safrimba. And again, I can change the view here if I want to see more line view, or we have another one, a more compact view, but I prefer this one. So this is how it looks like when you are new in Safrimba and uh, when you're coming for the very first time. You can see we have many kind of like cycles. Like we have many kind of like statues in cycles. Some of them are running and some of them are full. We can see cancelled. Yeah. So from here you can now know if you are able to join or not as a cycle. I won't start here. I will start by connecting my wallet. Very simple. I just choose one of the two. I'll use Kepler. And once connected, I can have my balance here. Um, Next step will be if I want to create my own cycle, I can just come here and create, and I'll have this step. This is the the main page I wanted to explain today, because this page explains everything behind the scene and explain how the smart contracts works. So yeah, we have 7 steps, but only 6 steps is for filling. The last one is only to review. It's an overview of what you've been filling in previous steps. So as we can see, the first one is only about basic information. And if you want to understand how to well fill the form, you can just hover this cycle here. It will explain. It will give you a short explanation on how to fill the form. All of them all the form has this cycle to explain you how to fill the form. So I'll be filling the form very slowly with you guys. So I'll start. Let me just look for something. If I have a JSON here, where I'll get okay. I prepare something to go very fast, so I can just fill very quickly basics information about my cycle. Okay, we'll have 10 members, weekly round, leave for payout. And here, if I do have an image, I can just pass the link of the image and it will appear. But right now, I don't. It's not mandatory. You can see optionals field are not. You can bypass without filling them. So the next step will be to give more information about membership and the rules about members. So here we want 10 people in the cycle. Um, uh, the good thing here, we don't have limitation right now in the smart contract according to number of people in the cycle, like maximum members. But the good thing is to go with a very small number if you want to test. So you can like test very fast, and you can maybe have all the people in the cycle very quickly. So here we'll go with maybe, let me go back here and go with, okay, let's just take 4 people, 4 members in the cycle. And here we can like take 4 as we said previously. And minimum required, what is the difference between maximum members and minimum members required? Here, the cycle can't take more than 4 people, 4 members. But here, the cycle can start only if the members require are reached. So let me give you an example. If here we go with 3, for example, the cycle can't take more than 4 members, but the cycle can start if we reach 3 members without reaching the maximum. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but this is the meaning. And again, if you go here, you'll see the very you'll see the explanation of this field again. The visibility. Visibility is about like if you want anyone in the community to join your cycle without any limitation, you can keep it public. But if you want to make it private, you can just go with private. But particularly, if you are going with private cycle, you need to invite all the members in the cycle. So no one will be able to join without your your permission. So yeah, for us, we'll just go with public. Yeah, we can go with public, and again, even public, you can just specify here, okay, I want to invite specific people. But even if you invite specific people, other people will be able to see the cycle itself. So it will still be public, but only joining will need permission of the admin. So let me go with this one. Contribution, financial contributions and parameters. So here we need to understand the contribution amount. What is the contribution amount? It's only the amount you as a member will be deposit in every round. This is the this is uh, this is the meaning of this field. So here we'll go maybe with a very small amount, maybe 30, and penalty. Penalty is when you did not deposit on time. Okay. No. Late fee, yes. On this is the parameter I was trying to explain. It's when you did not deposit on time. Late fee, for example, you're supposed to deposit today, but you forgot. You still have like uh, what is it called? A grace time where you'll be able to still deposit without paying the late fee. But if you pass that time, you need to pay the late fee, and the late fee is in percentage. So, for example, if I go with 10%, it will be only three staff to be paid plus the 30 here. So you'll pay the contribution amount plus the late fee. Penalty, it's when you are about to be ejected to the cycle. You've made like a lot of like missing deposit, and now the smart contract is about to eject you. This is the penalty fee. It will count depending on the deposit. So if you, for example, our deposit will be 30. So if we are going for example, with 20%, 20%, I don't know, there is a hand.
Yes, there is a hand
Uh,
from who Quali.
okay.
But before asking the question, who call? I sorry if I mispronounced your name. I suggest that we ask questions at the end, or like when done finished, before Janti take. I hope that's okay.
Maybe they will, maybe it should be good, I don't know, to go with questions because maybe after that I'll need to come back to explain. So
Mm-hmm.
Or
maybe if you go with questions, this will be good. So I'll
Yeah,
be explaining it here.
what is happening? Yes. So go ahead. Who?
I'm still waiting for the question. You can speak
Maybe it was not a question. Maybe he was just
maybe by
who
mistake.
who Kwale. Can you hear us? If we pronounce your name correctly. If you have you raised your hand, you can speak. Okay, I guess it was maybe by mistake. Let's continue and then we'll see whether he did they follow up on their questions. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, the explanation here is only the percentage of the contribution amount deducted when a member is ejected or exit. That's what I was trying to explain. And you can see here what is the amount. It's six staff only for the 20% because the 20% of how much of the contribution amount. Yeah. Looking amount here for me it's 60 because I'm the admin. The owner of the cycle paid double amount. So I pay my joining amount and the security amount. So if I'm the owner, I'll pay twice. If you are just joining my cycle, you'll just pay 30 SAF. This is how it works. And again, you can see here, member must lock the contribution amount in real SAF when joining. The deposits are held as security and how to keep cycle running if someone misses a payment. Yeah. Now the next step will be about timing. Timing. We need to specify the number of cycle. What is a cycle? A cycle first is the total the total amount, like how can I say, it's the summary of all the rounds depending on how many members we have. So if you go here with two cycles, it means we had 4 members times 2 cycle will have 8 rounds. That's why I was saying one cycle is the sum of total rounds depending on members. Here, one cycle is 4 because we have 4 members. So 2 cycle will be 8 rounds. But you'll be seeing in the progress bar that we have finished with the first cycle. We are going to the second cycle. We finished with the first, for example, first round. We are going to the second round. Yeah. Here the duration. We count the duration in days. So if I go with 2 days, if I'm saying one round is 2 days, so again we'll end this cycle after 16 days. I mean, I don't know if it makes sense because here we have one round 2 days, and we'll be having 8 rounds. That means we have 16 days. And then here, estimated completion is to be determined because it depends on when you get you start the cycle. Because here we are just parametering the cycle, but the cycle won't start directly. It will not start directly after I sign the transaction. It will start when the require the parameter the stats requirement is reached. Yeah, that's what I was looking. It will only start if the smart contract requirement is reached. And what is the smart contract requirement here? If you want to start by date, you'll need to specify here. Okay? What does it really mean? If, for example, I say, okay, this cycle will start on 24 of this month, and the grace period is 72. Let me give it 3 days. So grace period is only the time we give to a member to pay his deposit, to do a deposit. I mean, after the deadline. Before 3 days, you can't pay the late fee. But after the 3 days, you need to pay the late fee. It's like a grace period as it's here. If you want your cycle to start by date, you need to keep it here, and you need to. It will show you that the cycle will start on 24. Again, let me come back to the number of members. If the members you specify that the smart contract will only start after we reach 3 members, the smart contract won't start at this date if the condition of members was not reached. It will just cancel the smart contract. That's what it means. That's why it's better to start to go with by number of members. What does it really mean? It means if we are all in, and the number of members, the maximum members is reached, it will automatically start the cycle. It won't wait this date. It won't wait the 24 April to start. Even today, if we reach the 4 members, it will start. But if we go with date, for example here, it will wait even if today we reach the 4 members. That's what it means. And then here, when we are going with by date, it automatically know when exactly you'll end the cycle, because we know the date when we'll start. But if we go with by member, it's just an estimation, but it may not start this date. Yeah. The next parameter is about payouts. Now the payout, how do you want people to get paid, like the output? So we have the first in, first out. So the one a member who joined first will be the first to receive the payout. and the member who came late or at the end will be the last to get paid. But we can also go with random, mostly when it comes for uh, public cycles. You can choose random. So at when the cycle will start, it will just choose randomly and list people randomly. It won't care about the joining the joining date. Let me take the LIFO as it was. Next. So here we have security parameters and max missed payment allowed. This is quite tricky, but very simple to understand. Um, this parameter shows you when you can be ejected to in a cycle automatically by the smart contract. How does it really work? It The calculation here is being generated depending on parameters of members, timing, and financial. Mostly financial members, mostly uh, membership and financial. So let's go with our 30 as contribution amount. This is the amount you are depositing in the cycle as a security deposit. So every time you are not doing a deposit in the cycle, the smart contract is counting the round, and we all know that after every late deposit, we have the 10%. Okay, we remember that we had the 10% for late fee. So after the 3 days of late deposit, you'll pay the 10%. It will count it, it will deduct it from the 30 staff here. That's how it works. So it will be counting the 100% minus 20% divided by 10. So after 7 rounds, you will be automatically ejected because you'll spend the 100% of the total contribution deposit. After seven rounds, you'll have zero deposit in your security account. That's what it means. And you can see here the member lock 30, late fee amount 3, 10%, penalty fee amount 6, because it was 20%. Again, it depends on what we enter here. If it was 5 or 10, it will change here. And ejected after 7 rounds. So you can see if you forget to do a deposit in one cycle, after a few days, maybe you'll be ejected automatically by the smart contract. That's what it means. We now have here emergency stop. What is it? What is it exactly? It's when an admin sees that people did not maybe fully deposit, or we are in the middle of the cycle, but people are like not contributing. He can if he choose emergency stop, he can stop the smart contract, and the smart contract will release the full amount and distribute it to the members. I want to choose this one mostly publicly. This is not good because now you depend on the admin. So when you are choosing a cycle, you need to really care about parameters. You need to understand why am I choosing this cycle? Maybe because it has a very huge amount at the end. But again, if, for example, he choose this parameter, he accepted, he choose this parameter in his configuration. At any time, the admin is allowed to stop the smart contract and cancel the full cycle. So when it comes for a public
question.
Okay.
I have a question from Olivier.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay,
I
so
think
some
that's in the
technical.
same
I
room.
think you can hear me
Oh yeah, now
now.
we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay, thank you. So my question is about this emergency stop enable. So I don't know if, for example, it comes that as you said, um, in
Mm.
mid maybe around, so people are not contributing, and you have to an admin have to stop the cycle. So I don't know if there is some fees or so, like penalties, which will be taken to the maybe members contributions, or maybe, for example, you told us when we are setting, or when you start a cycle, for example, if the contributing amount is 30 SAF, um, you will pay as 60 SAF, yeah, the double. So I don't know if it comes that you stop the cycle in this emergency stop case. I don't know if this SAF or amount will be refunded to the admin. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. When you are stopping here, the contract won't directly. It will just pause. But before canceling a running uh, contract, you need to stop it. This is the process to cancel. But if you only pause it or stop it, it means you can restart it all, not restart, but resume it. But if you stop, you're now able to cancel the smart contract. It's just a process. But again, if you cancel the smart contract, it will release the full locking amount and it will distribute the same way you contributed. The admin will get the 60 staff without taking any amount, and each of members will come go back with the 30 staff if there was no deposit yet. If there was deposit, it will take plus the deposit you made during the cycle. That's what it means. So it's not like I'm the admin, I'll stop the smart contract, I cancel it, and all the amount gets to in my wallet. No. So in case he want to cancel, stop the smart contract and cancel the cycle, everyone will take back the money he deposit in cycles. That's how it works. It kind of secure the funds. So everyone, the smart contract knows everyone and his deposit. So after cancellation, everyone will take back his amount. No fee, no, yeah, nothing will be taken. And that's why you really need to read the parameters before joining um, uh, um, a cycle. And you know the smart contract is permissionless, so everyone can create a cycle, everyone can be admin, everyone can uh, configure the cycle as he wants. So the good thing is to care about how the parameter of the cycle is. And let me just proceed with the last few parameters. Auto refund. This is a mandatory because we can't just force it here. But if you see that auto refund is not selected here, this is not a good cycle, unless you know each other's. But this means the if you don't reach the minimum or maximum members, and the cycle never start after certain days, depending on what you put in timing, it must return the locking amount automatically to your account. So this is very important. You need to really care about. If the minimum number of member is not reached before the start day, automatically refund all deposit. So this is very important. And the last one is strict mode. When enabled, no manual exit. This is a very good parameter uh, for our private, not a public, because people want to like exit in case in case maybe some people doesn't want to join me. For example, you want to reach maybe in your cycle 10 people, 10 members, but you've only reached 7 people, and after a certain day you see, okay, I want to leave the cycle. You will be able to leave the cycle if this was not checked. But if it checked, no one will leave. You'll only leave at the end of the cycle only, or if one of canceling parameters is met. In case you just want to leave, you can't leave if this parameter was checked. The last one now here is a very good parameter, but we are still testing it. We want to take the total amount which is locked in the smart contract. So you'll get more than what you deposit in the beginning. So you imagine if you were 10 people, so we'll have 300 here plus the 60 or plus 300 and it will be 300 and something. So the locking amount will be stacked. For example, if your cycle will take 2 months or 3 months, instead of like just keep it in the smart contract, after checking this parameter, it will stack the total amount which was locked in the smart contract. So you'll be getting more incomes, like extra incomes. When the amount will be distributed, it will distribute the total deposit amount plus the staking reward. That's how it works. But it has some few problems, because when you want to, for example, leave the cycle, or you want to, or you were ejected, you need to wait boundary time. Like it will stay in the smart contract after maybe 21 days before it releases the distribution. But if you follow all the steps, 21 days before the end of the cycle, the locking amount will release the total amount and send it back in the smart contract. That's how it works. So at the end of the cycle, you'll be able to directly have the deposit amount back in your wallet. That's how it works. So I'll go next. Let me cancel it. You can see that we are here to review everything we did, and the pool cycle will be 120 because we'll be 4 maximum members, and the total volume will be 240 because we have 2 cycles. So this amount will double this amount. If it was 3 cycle, it's supposed to be 360, something like that. And the estimated days, it will be 16. It really, again, depends on when the smart contract started. Yeah, I'll create the cycle before yeah, let me just create the cycle so we see how it works. So when you are creating the cycle, you have to sign twice as an admin. The first one will be to just initiate, like instantiate, like create the contract itself, and all parameters are here. I hope that you can see my calculator extension.
No, we cannot see it.
Okay, you can't see because I did not share my full screen. By the way, yeah, let me just approve the first one. We'll have 2. The first one is now approved. Maybe I can share my full screen so you can see the sign in as well. Stop presenting again. Hello, entire screen. Now you can see the pop-up.
Yes.
Okay.
The
Now this
50 is 50 SAF, 60 SAF.
yeah, this is now the second pop-up from Kepler wallet, and this is how it looks like with all our smart contract parameters. You can like compare if you have time to see if there is no issue with it, but we took time to like pass this command as well to see if it match with our parameters. You can change the memo here, but if you need, you can leave it like that. Now we want to join. Yes, successfully. You can check it on chain, and in the Explorer, you can see that it was as as we enter the description, everything is on chain. So the smart contract and like the full Safrimba is on chain. Nothing is off chain. Even the name, description, URL, so full data are stored on chain. So if you want to check the transaction, you can go and see how it works, how all the metadata and the smart contract itself. So this is the smart contract hash. I just want to show something before I give back maybe Janti to explain a few other stuffs. Uh, you can see that here uh, we have the code of our smart contract. But if, for example, we have new releases of Safrimba, for example, 111, you can just migrate. You want to use the new version. If it doesn't match with your current smart contract, how does it really work? It compares parameters you have here and the version you have. If, for example, I go back to previous contract, it won't accept maybe because it will count parameters. It will see if these parameters matches with the previous version. But I don't really recommend you to change or migrate the smart contract because the current smart contract is like the current smart contract you use is one of the releases we have. So when you are using it, it means that it's one of the trusted release. That's how it really works. So that's it. That's it. So I'll just go to show one of smart contract, one of Psycho. Where is it? We have one of Dev Psycho. I don't know if I'll find it here. Um, hmm. Okay, let me go with compact style. It should be faster. Duck, duck, duck. Okay. We really now have a lot of like testers. I'm not finding it. Just find one to open here. I'm not going to take a lot of time. Maybe I give back. Let me stop by there. Janti, I'll go back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for the presentation. And I hope members were able to understand. And also, we welcome you to join it right on the Safrimba to join the 4 first, as you know. We'll be able to start it and follow up. Please do ask a question. Oui, Josephine.
Sorry, Janti, it's not my question. There is a question in the chat.
Okie dokie. Is there a minimum amount of self required per user to form a circle in Safrimba? No, there is no minimum. The minimum, of course, will be that the circle itself should be interesting to members. The aim of the circle is to members to generate a larger amount than they usually are able to save. So which technically will be based on the average income of those who join the the circle will be a considerable amount already. Yeah. So there's no minimum. Yes, Marcelin.
Voilà, bonsoir, bonsoir. Je suis
Bonsoir.
Marcelin de Roma. Personnellement, je n'ai pas encore eu suffisamment de temps pour explorer les paramètres de Safrimba,
Oui.
mais j'ai des petites préoccupations concernant donc comment ça se passe. Par exemple, il arrive des fois où un de membres, on est 5, un de membres n'a plus de l'argent dans son portefeuille. Je ne sais pas quel mécanisme on utilise Safrimba pour attraper ce genre de problème. Ça, c'est d'une part. Et d'autre part, est-ce qu'il y a une possibilité que un membre veut se connecter? Pourtant, il y a, par exemple, déjà eu le premier tour et au deuxième tour, il veut se connecter. Est-ce qu'il y a cette possibilité-là?
Merci.
Voilà, merci.
Let me translate it in English first. The first question was whether a person, once they have started contributing, as to what will happen to them if they stop contributing mid-circle. And also the second question is whether a latecomer could join once the circle has started. So both of them are settings that you set in the demonstration of Dan. The first one is whether the circle, first of all, if it's public. If it's public, you will have to wait until the end of the contribution period to receive what you have contributed. So which means if you stop, first of all, you'll be ejected, and then you have to wait until everything closes before you get your funds. Your fees could be also taken, of course, because remember, you'll only be able to get a circle by yourself. Once you're ejected, the smart contract recovery rates according to those who are in the cycle still. So which means they will still get what they're contributing among themselves. The number and the expected receipt will also change because you have left. But you will have seen it as if it was just one cycle that was live. And then the last question is whether a late member can join. Some, they don't allow it. As you saw in the demonstration, one parameter was to not allow late members once the cycle has started. And I think that one is going to be a popular one because, of course, remember the smart contracts are just about whether people drop off or people join. So it's easier for people to basically know what they expect, when they expect it, and also when they are expected to receive their contribution. Pour les Français, donc pour la première question, c'est de dire que oui, mais la contrainte est que tu devras attendre la fin du cycle pour recevoir ton montant, alors que les autres vont continuer à contribuer. Si vous étiez à 5, les paramètres vont se réajuster en fonction des 4 qui restent. Ça signifie et la contribution et le montant à recevoir va être ajusté entre les 4. Et ensuite, pour ce qui est de tes frais, déjà tu auras payé des pénalités. Donc, toi, tu recevras peut-être, Dan pourra me corriger là-dessus. Toi, tu recevras le montant contribué pour le premier cycle ou bien quand est-ce que tu as quitté. Et puis, eux vont avoir tes pénalités partagées entre eux. Yes. The penalties are distributed to all members. So which means if you gave 20 as penalty, and you're 5, you're only going to get 5 back to you and you lose the 15. You see? So yes, all the penalties are put back into the pot and then it's distributed among members. We done? We can't hear you if you're speaking.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was speaking. My mic was off. I was just adding. You said it all, but I'll just add one more specification. If you are ejected, it means that you no longer have any locking amount. So you've consumed the total locking amount. That's why you are ejected. But if you still have some security amount, remember, you're still in. You can still pay with your late fee, and you'll still continue the cycle. But if you are ejected, it means that you no longer have the security amount, and yeah, the security amount will be distributed among members who continued.
Yes, so basically your security amount will be allocated all the fees that you are going to be paying. Okay, that's done. C'est une bonne chose à savoir. Okay, so now it's my time to go over. Let me see if there's any other question. Yes, Olivier and also was asking Dan, is there a way members can communicate among themselves? Once they've joined, can we add a chat so that those members who joined know to reach each other so that they can remind themselves as to whether they've contributed or not, or they can even talk about the parameters or anything about the cycle? Is there a way they can exchange among themselves within the cycle itself?
I mean, if we add it, we should be able to maybe add a web like a database and few functionality of chat, unless we just add the parameters where people can attach the forum link or a blog chat link where they'll be discussing there and come back to the Safrimba cycle. That will be the easier way because adding the full chat in the cycle won't be easier and it will maybe take a lot of time. We can add a parameter where people can just attach a link of a discussion or a chat or a channel or a group where they'll be discussing. So if you are joining, you still have the link there where you'll be, okay, if I want to join other people in the cycle, I can just go in this channel.
Yes, the link. And just also to remind people that Safrochain is a mobile first application. So which means but once you click the link to go to WhatsApp, you'll be of course going into your mobile WhatsApp page. Where Innocent?
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Gentil. Also, I try to think by myself, but I can't until now get the solution.
Okay.
So, when a cycle is composed by 4 people, how can a round take 8 days? I didn't understand that part when Dan was explaining.
Yes. So a circle, if you are 4 people and then it takes 8 days, there are 2 ways it can go about it. It can go if you have set, let's say, only one cycle, okay, and it's going to have 4 rounds. So every 2 days you can set the round to end, so that your full one cycle will end after 8 days. Or you can do 2 cycles and make 1 day interval. It will also end in 8 days. But in that case, you now have how many cycles? You will have 8 cycles now instead of the 4. So you see how it can basically, it's a combination of number of members and the number of rounds you set. Because then the number of members and rounds will equal to the cycle times, of course, the number of the space you have put in. Is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So for example, if we are 4, we can do contribution and payout every 2 days, and then the first one cycle will end after 8 days. What else I can say about this? I will go quickly to a question who had asked if there is a minimum of contributions, and I can say yes. Technically, every blockchain has a minimum of amount it can process. However, Cosmos is quite low in terms of minimum payment. Even if, for example, you want to use decimals, even very small amounts can be sent, because, for example, you may use a currency which actually, once it's denominated in SAF, could be very small. In that case, yes, it's possible. But we can find the limit for you and share it. Now I'm going to try and explain to members here as to why we chose to use Safrimba as the key anchored app for launching mainnet on Safrochain. As you may all know, if you have been involved in crypto, there are many blockchains out there. There are thousands of chains. However, one of the key benefits of a blockchain regardless of which technology, which network, which framework you use, is the person. So the community is what makes a blockchain. And in order for us to start building Safrochain, we first thought about the need of the community. How do you actually start involving the community? It is through an application such as Safrimba. Safrimba is by design, by definition, a community-based application. It is not yourself doing some little investments, speculations, gambling. That's not you yet. Gambling is also community in one way, so I think we look into gambling. But for the moment, the Safro chain is one of the chains that will be, first of all, community based, meaning people will be able to save. I hope you understand that Safrimba is a crowdfunding saving scheme. So, which means it is a place where people who don't have enough income pool resources together, and after the given interval, the person who is not able to save 1,000, let's say after 10 contribution, he's able to receive the 1,000 saved. He's able to save every month 100, but he's not able to save the whole 1,000 in one go for many reasons. He may not have access to a bank, so he has to save the money in his pocket. And because of so many needs, he will end up consuming that 100 and he'll never be able to reach 1,000 while he has a goal of launching a project that will cost 1,000. For example, if he has a bill to pay, if he has a school fees to contribute at the end of the month, if he has a house to build. So that saving scheme allows them to be able to save without the temptation or the need of consuming their savings. And over time, it accumulates, and then through the smart contract, it's also safe. I hope it's clear. And then we go back to why Safrochain will be impactful in this application. Well, it's also combined with the ability to get the mobile application. So once the contributions are easy, and then once we introduce, for example, stable coins of the local denomination, then yes, you will be able to contribute in your own currency. People may ask, but yes, but how is the money going to go to Safrochain? Well, at the beginning, actually we'll try once we launch on mainnet. At the beginning, you can issue a token without with your own team members being the treasurer. Yourself, you can actually have a little account which you save money in your own, the same way you will have done in the real life. You will have somebody you trust, and you tell them, keep this money on our behalf, and then after every cycle, you are going to be able to give us the money. Now you issue a token, and then when you go to the cashier, you redeem your tokens. He does not need to know whether you are the owner or not. Once you have those tokens in your wallet, you can redeem them. You see, the advantage is that now you can even onboard people whom you don't know. And then once they have your tokens and they can redeem it at the given time, then yes, the treasurer should have that money in their wallet. Okay. And then every time a cycle starts, you have to go back to the treasurer and you buy more tokens to do the deposit. Apart from the revenue generated, yes, Safrimba also will introduce, the savings is by default. And we basically have, we can hear about you. We'll discuss, Olivier, what is AVEC. But AVEC is definitely, it's a Likilemba. It's what we actually doing in Safrimba. And I hope if you have more questions, please don't be afraid to ask. Continue to try the application on testnet. Continue to build your communities, because once we launch on mainnet, for example, myself, I have employees who always do this kind of contributions. I know they will join Safrochain. They will join Safrimba, and there's going to be a place where I know small and medium businesses will be joining Safrochain through Safrimba alone. And that will guarantee that Safrochain is an active chain. It's an active chain by every day, because people will be coming with a reason to join. So thank you very much. And I hope you will continue to support Safrochain and contribute, ask questions, and attend these information sessions. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you, Janti.
Dan. Dan, go on. You can go on.
No, I'm good.
Thank you very much, Dan and Janti. So guys, we are at the end of this meeting. Of course, we have the Telegram channel, we have Discord server where you can ask any kind of question regarding Safrimba or Safrochain in general. Thank you and have a good night.